all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. The 40, the 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky trying to lay one up deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Carr, and this one's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And a cutback. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. That'll be complete to Breida. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over him. A big hitter to start the drive, has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bears' 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
What down? 180. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Hey, 734. 59 mark, check, 59.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he is caught, it's Perriman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Check 50, check 50. Check, lucky. 80 weapons. Big gas. Deuce.
Here's Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Here's Carr to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
18. Let's go, D. Hey, Steve 6. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, ball.
Now Trubisky. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Hey, Haywood. 59. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike, check. 59. Good track.
Out of the shotgun, Breida trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10.
It's third and 10.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 1.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Bears have 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
3 buds. Alert. 59's mark. Check. 59.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trubisky now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. But he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Go. Here I come. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Move. Let's get some penetration.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He sets and this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistent.
Now Trubisky lost the football. And maybe that one caused by the weather, of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Throwing now is Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Get off the field. Let's get 637. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Hey, Delta. Here we go, G. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Pick it up.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Carr. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Check. Hey, Charlie. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops. On
1st down, here's Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Matt Breida, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58.
To throw, it's Carr. Flush to his right. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 29.
Throwing again. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. Last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 31 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Oh, you got deep? Back.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Alert. 18.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Running out of the gun here, Breida. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to manage the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle.
It's now second and 6 at the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We're good. You ready?
Card out a throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
You can't block me.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
58, come on. Hey, express. Motion. 58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. You.
Carr now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Carr over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Mike is 15. Hey, echo. In your face.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they're going to take it.